So hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this particular video, I'm going to really focus on the Nextjs 14 architecture. As you have seen in my previous video, I talked about everything that you need using the Nextjs 14 server actions. I created all the features that you need to understand, including image optimization, server-side rendering, client-side rendering, and how you can inject client-side component into a full server-side components and all those beautiful stuff that Nextjs have, including the form actions where we can post everything that we get from the form using the server actions into the Prisma ORM, and we have implemented all the features or the core features of the Nextjs. So in this particular video, we're going to really deep dive into the Nextjs architecture and how you just data flow from one component to another component, from parent component to child component. And if we have multiple child component inside a parent component, how can we pass the information from parent to child using the props and different kind of thing that we need, and the data modeling from block to comments. And especially we're going to focus on how to build comment system. It can be for any review system for e-commerce website as well as the comment system for any particular website. So that's the thing, how we can make the relation from the block to comments to one-to-many relationship that we're going to build, including the Nextjs core architecture, how it works, how it functions, what are the client component, what are the server component, how the data flow works, including all of this stuff is also included. And again, also how the revalidation works and why it's so important to make your application real time. So we're going to deep dive all of this core concept on this Nextjs, and in this part 2 we're going to understand much better, because it is really an architecture oriented course, and you will understand how the data flow works in Nextjs application and how we should rethink about Nextjs, because Nextjs 14 is full stack web development framework now. It is not a React anymore, so we have to think it differently from now on. And this is the thing that I'm going to really focus on in this particular part 2 video. And after that, I'm going to make another video with authentication and authorization on Nextjs 14, where you're going to understand everything that you need, including the Nextjs 14. So these 3 videos are really important. So I will give you all the link on the code in the description after I just finish this video. Okay, so today we specially just focus on just a comment module, like how you add comment, submit comment, and fetch all the comments, and make the comment list a server component, and make our write comment and submit comment feature just a client component, so that we can add interactivity with our applications. And when we had our delete features, we're gonna make those interactive as well, because you're gonna learn the server actions feature, how we can actually delete a particular comment component or the individual comment with this ID using the form. So in the Nextjs 14 blog app architecture, in the main page, we have the blog listing page. As you can see, by default, it is a server component. You got it? If I just show you that each individual blogs in the blogs, this is our root page, and we have the subject component, we have the blog listing page, and this is actually a asynchronous component. As you can see, this is a blogs listing page. So this is a server component. And blog item card, and if we go to blog item card, which is our component, this is the blog item card. So there is no use client here in the top that we had to import previously, but in the blog item, this is just a simple blog listing item. Just we're gonna show all the blog information like images and some link and some description and title, all of this stuff. And this is just a simple blog card, which is, you can say it by default is a server component, because there is no use client on it. Just a simple listing page, and just to show information, and we passed blog props here. And that we had passed, like if I show you the page here, a listing page, as you can see, we just pass the blog as a prop, all the blog's information. Using the map, we just pass each individual blog information to the blog item. Okay, so this is just a simple server component. There is no interactivity with it. But when we have something that can do some interactivity, like today we're gonna build the delete feature, then this component would be completely use client feature. Okay, we need to just import use client if I want to make any delete feature or like delete blog. So today we're gonna implement this feature. So that's why I want to show you, if you have a simple blog item card that shows everything, okay, that we have some simple link that redirects you to the blog detail page with this ID. If you have only this thing, only link or show some information using the prop, then this is a server component, because there is no activity, interactivity, or any form submission button, click event, or anything. But when we have a button here, if I had a button like save for later or save to watch later, like Facebook or Instagram, all of the thing, then you need to have a form that submits some information to the database using the form action. Then we had to use like add blog here in this page, add blog form, which is a client component, as you can see, because it has interactivity. We need to submit some form actions. Okay, so we had to do this using the form. If I do use this add save for later feature inside this blog item card, okay, then this individual blog item card would be turned into a client component. Okay, this is the thing that we're going to implement in the comment section today. You will learn how the delete feature works. You will get everything. You get all the hang out of it, how you just implement and learn the Nextjs properly. And then we have the blog detail page, and in the blog detail page we have some information like blog information. Okay, if I go to blog detail page, this is all the blogs information, as you can see, and this is a server component by default, and we get all the blogs from our database and just show it up here. Okay, so this is the thing, but there is also one more thing which is really important. We need to add a feature to add comment. So how can we do this stuff? So this is the thing that we're gonna build. So we're gonna first work with this add comment, and this would be, if I add the feature of add comment, this would turn into a client-side component, and we need to pass the ID from the blog. Okay, and this is the thing that we're going to work on, and then we're going to focus on comment listing and understand each by each. And when we each comment item, if you want to delete it using the form submission, then the whole comment item card, each individual comment item card would be turned into client component. But the comment listing page would be server component by default, because we're just gonna fetch all the comments in this page, nothing else. We're gonna pass all the comments information and the blog ID to the comment item. Then we can do interactivity thing, and thus making the comment item, this component, into a client component. Okay, so these are all the things that we're gonna learn. And in both add comment form and comment listing page, we need to pass the blog ID, because we need to I need to identify which blog ID I'm gonna add the comment to or fetch the comment from. Okay, because we have if we just look into Prisma ORM here, as you can see in the blogs we have multiple comments, because comment is a child of this individual blog. So we need to keep track which blog we are in, and as you can see, we have in the comment model we have text. This is the required field, this is the thing, actually the comment text, and then to keep track of the which blog ID I'm entering this comment into. That's why we need the ID, and this is the reference to link to the blog with the comment. I talked about this relationship briefly in my previous video, so you can check this out as well. So npm run dev. Okay, so now we're going to implement here the comment feature. This is the most important thing. So let's do this and just show you how we can do this. So we have to do this inside the detail page, and similarly we need to work with this page, blog detail page, and under that this blog info, add comment, comment list, all would be under this blog detail page. So blog details is actually the root page, server side page. So as you can see, this is the actual server side page that we have the information, and then we're gonna take another div for comment. Okay, so here we're gonna add a comment add form. We're gonna pass a comment add form, and here we're gonna build this stuff. Okay, so in the form here we're gonna build comment add form. Okay, .jsx. So this would be a client side component, because there is a comment in it and it has some interaction. So you're gonna use client, and this is really important, because by default all the components are server component. This is, keep in mind that. And we have the design for it, I guess. So as you can see, we have all the design, so we just have to put all the design here. Now perfect, it looks awesome. And we have a button component, and that takes label, add comment, and color green, and we need to import it, and it should come from UI button, and this UI has all the button that takes label, and it is a submit type. Okay, and the labels, whatever you call it, and the color, it pass as a props. Okay, so add comment add form, and here as you can see, we have added a simple image to show my image on the comment form, and the simple comment, that name is text, similar to the database schema should be text, and this is a very required field, and the author is by default my name. Because I didn't add authentication feature yet, in the next part I have to do this. Okay, so comment add form, this part is really important, and it is a required field, and whatever design you can do. Comment add form is simply just to add the comment using the server actions. Similarly, in the previous video we add actions and pass this information, like whatever user entered into the comment into the database. Okay, so to do that we need to just add this comment form now inside this page, this detail page. Okay, so here comment add form, that is coming from this component, like components / comment / add comment form. And here, likewise here in the add comment, we need to keep track which blog ID I'm gonna put this comment, okay, into the database. So we need to pass this ID or the blog ID. So you can give it any name. I'm gonna give it blog ID, and let me check what it is. So you can just pass this ID. This is actually the blog ID, as you can see, or you can pass this blog.id, whatever you prefer. Suppose I will just write blog.id, or you can just write whatever you get from params.id. Both of the keys will work just fine, and this ID is actually the params ID. This is individual blog ID. And also you can, when you just paste the blog, you can get the blog ID individually, whatever you can just pass this blog ID. And let me check what's the problem with this design. So I think I didn't import this image. Import image from the next image. Okay, as you can see, now it works just fine, and we have the button add comment. Okay, and this is the form. This is the button that submits something, and this is inside a form, as you can see, because when you click on this button, this submit button should put the data into the database using the server actions. Okay, so we have to wrap it inside a form, especially this button. So let's check. Yeah, we can write something, and this is the text that we need to put inside our database. So we need to create our server actions and update blog, and here we're gonna add comment to a blog. Okay, and similarly here we're gonna pass this thing, update blog, and here we're gonna paste it, and we just name it add comment to blog. Okay, and add comment to blog, normally it takes blog ID as parameter, which blog ID I'm gonna put the information, and some form data. Normally this is the two information that we need. And then we gonna get this added comment is equals to prisma.comment, and here comment.create. And the comment.create, we need where I'm gonna put this comment, where blog ID, because in the comment module, in the comment model, we have the reference to the which blog ID. The blog ID is blog ID that we passed in using the parameter. Okay, and the which data I'm gonna pass. We're gonna pass this text data or comment text. Okay, so we can pass this text and this text. Okay, and we're gonna just revalidate the path using the blog/id. You're going to revalidate the path and redirect us to this page again. Okay, so we are currently in the blog's ID page, so we need to keep track of it. So this blog ID should be this blog ID that we just got it from our functions parameter, and in the form data we need to get this text information, and this text is nothing but if we go to add comment form and this name text, okay, that we're gonna get. Simple. And we're gonna pass this information, and we can keep track of one more thing. As you can see, blog ID, or which blog ID I'm currently into, because this is a required field. If I go to schema, as you can see, text and blog ID, those two information are required field, so we need to put it that. Or I don't think if you just create it is needed, you can just omit it. So when we create something we don't need that, but in some special cases we might need it. But we want to create a new instance of the comment just to keep reference which blog ID you are in. If we just enter this data into the database, like which blog ID you are just putting this comment into and the actual text of the comment data. Okay, so it would be added, and you just go to revalidate the path and redirect us to this page again. Okay, so I think it is done. Now we need to work with add blog form, and here we just need this like you can just take all these references, you can just copy all of this stuff and just add comment here. I'm gonna change add comment handler, and here I'm gonna attach ref is equals to ref and actions is equals to add comment handler. Okay, so we need to import use ref if we want to clear the form. Okay, so now here to refresh the form after something is added, like add comment to blog. As you can see, that is coming from the server actions. Okay, and it takes two parameters. One is blog ID and another is form data. Okay, that we got from the form. As you can see, this is the form data that we need to pass there. And we need one more thing, which is the blog ID and how we can get the blog ID. So now we need the blog ID inside our comment add form. So if I go there in the add comment form, as you can see, we need to pass the blog ID as a prop from our blog detail page to its child component, which is add component inside it, and we need to pass the blog ID from that. So mother, this is the mother page, and mother page, it has one more container, which is a child component, which is comment add form, and this is a client component. If you just look into the this diagram, as you can see, add comment component, this is a client set component because it has interaction. You need to pass blog ID. Okay, so we need to pass the blog ID as a props, and we need to catch it. So blog ID. So that's why I showed you how important it is to get the blog ID, because it is related. So which blog ID I'm going to put this comment to. So we need to pass this as a props from our parent. This is our blog ID. This is our detail page. As you can see, parent to our child component, where you're going to do all the functionality of the add comment. We need to pass those blog information or blog ID as a prop. Or if you have any other thing you need to pass, you can pass it like that. Okay. Okay, so I think it's done properly. This is blog, it should be blog ID. Okay, and this is blog ID, and here we need to pass this thing here, which blog ID and the form data that we get from the user. This is a simple form. This is a very simple form, and this image is to show my image, nothing else, and this button do all the submission that fires this form actions. So this is the layout. This is the way you just have to think it now in the Nextjs if you want to work with server actions. Okay, if you build API, then you should work like previously. You can do this stuff like just calling the API. You can pass this information, but this is very convenient to me. I really liked it. So nice. So let's check it out, and if it adds some comment, wow, nice blog, man. So let's check. Yeah, it refreshes this text field. So I have to check it. The MongoDB compass. Then if I want to add another comment, it's also added. As you can see, it refreshes, and if I refresh this database, as you can see, that is one more record is added. Now we need to work with fetching. Okay, so we need to fetch all the comments. So before that, as you can see here in the blogs page and the blogs details, so as you can see in the root page blog detail page, if I just look into our design, as you can see blog detail page, we need to pass the blog ID again into the comment listing page, and comment listing page is where we just fetch all the comment using the server actions again. And here in the detail page, we also need to make this component to fetch all the comments. So here in the components folder, I'm gonna make another component called comment listings.jsx. Okay, and rfce, and we just make a function and make sure this is a server component by default. And here we need to pass our own designed comment listing. Okay, so here we need to do this stuff, and by default we have all comment. This is one h2 tag inside a div tag. This is a comment listing page, so we have a lot of work to do. And in the comment listing we need to fetch all the comment, and for that we also need the comment ID. Here, as you can see, we also need that. Without this, how can we fetch something? Okay, we can't fetch it. And if I go to blog ID, here we have the access to individual blog ID or ID. We need to pass it using the this props. So here we're gonna add comment listing, and here we need to pass this blog ID again. Okay, and we need to pass this blog ID. We're gonna catch it using the props that I have passed inside this comment listings. And if I just show you here what I have passed, yeah, blog ID, and this is the blog ID that we're gonna get. But here we need to fetch something. Okay, so this is our actions. So if we go to our actions, we can make our this comment listing page as a asynchronous component. We can just do here async, and if I just make const comments is equals to wait, it's just called Prisma, and you can work with it. But here make sure this is asynchronous component, and here we're gonna call our actions file. From here we're gonna fetch everything because it looks much more cleaner, like fetch all comments. Okay, and we can just copy one thing here. You can just fetch this one. We can reuse our comments and fetch comments. Okay, and here we're gonna write our own logic. Okay, so fetch comments takes parameter, which is blog ID, from where we're gonna fetch all the comment, because each individual comment, if I go to database, as you can see, all of them under blog ID 22f. Okay, so their parent is 22f. 22f is which one? So as you can see, this is the ID, this is their parent, and all the comment should be under this. There are two comments inside this blog ID. Okay, so we need to get it using this blog ID. So we need to have this thing. So const comments is equals to await prisma dot comment model dot find many. Here you need to define from where you're going to process all those comments from blog ID is equals to the blog ID that I have passed inside this functions parameter, as you can see. So this is why it is so important to keep track, because I want to get those particular comments from particular blog ID, because this is completely linked. These comments are under a particular parent, so we need to keep track from which parent we're going to parse all those comments from. This is very, very important, guys. And this is how we can get or fetch all the comments using the blog ID. There is nothing extra needed for fetching. It's very simple, and just keep track which blog ID we just need to fetch all those from. And here we're going to return all these comments. Here you can return all of this stuff, and just go into detail page and in the comments listing, and here I'm going to show you all this thing. So const comments is equals to await and fetch comments, and it takes parameter blog ID that we got. So that's why architecturing is so important in application. As you can see, we need to architecture which information we need to pass as a prop so that we can access something or fetch something or add something to its child components. Okay, so we need some information inside the child component. So architecturing this application, especially the reactive application or Nextjs application, is really, really important to understand from where we are getting it. As you can see, the blog ID is actually the parent. So we need to get the blog ID to the end comment if we want to add this thing. Same way, in the comment listing, we need to fetch it using particular blog ID, from which blog ID we're going to fetch all this comment from. So we need to get this stuff. So as you can see, in both the cases we needed the blog ID as a prop so that we can fetch the comment with the particular blog ID. Okay, so it's nice. And if I just console.log comments, and I'm gonna see the comments. Let's check it out. As you can see, all the information is added, and these are two different comment, and under one parent, which is this blog 22f blog ID. Under those blog ID we have two comments there. Beautiful. And this is an array of object of comments. Now you can also do a lot of stuff. If I add one more comment here, so third comment, as you can see, you can just check it out. As you can see, third comment is added, and it's also under one blog. And if I just check it out, as you can see, and now we need to just make sure we just check it. If comments.length is greater than 0, it means that there is some comment. If you can do this using the ternary operator, you can show something like you will show all the comments, comment item, and for that we need to build something else. So wait a bit. Okay, so we need to build, and here we're gonna build comment item .jsx. Okay, so yeah, and we will pass something in the comment. In the comment listing, we need to pass all those stuff. Okay, now we uncomment this. If there is comment item.length is greater than 0, it means then there is some comment on it. Then we just map it. Comments.map, and get in each individual comment, and make sure you add a second bracket or curly bracket, and we're going to return, and we need to return comment item component, and we're going to pass the comment here as a prop. Beautiful. And we need to pass the key as usual, which is comment .id. This is a unique key that we need to render it. Or if you have this thing, or you pass there is no comment left. Okay, there is no comments left. There is no comments left, or you can do whatever you like. You can add a conditional operator. If there is comments, then just map it and show it and pass this information to the comment item, or there is no item comment item left, you can just show it. As you can see, all the 3 comments we have, that's why they are added. And if you just go to comment item, and here you just get the comment, and you need to destructure it. This is the comment ID, and this is the actual text content. This is the author of the comment, and this is the thing. If you want date time, you can also get it. It's completely up to you. And we just need to show individual comment here. I'm gonna show the text. If I just show text here, you'll see 3 text here added. So beautiful. But if you just go to other, like this one, and there is no comment here. As you can see, there is no comment here. So one-to-many relationship is really beautiful. This is so useful in many cases. The comment item card, as you can see, this comment item card is so huge. And this comment item card, and we're just uncommenting this form because this is for deleting purpose, just nothing else. So we'll just do it by scratch. Okay. And this is the comment user. If you have a user, you just get the author, then the actual comment data, and the ID, okay, that we need for deleting it. So when we want to add a delete feature inside the comment item to delete individual, then we need to use client. But by default, at this moment, this is a server-side component. Because we just dump all the information that we got from our props and just show it into our UI. So there is no interaction. So by default, now it is a server component. It is not a client component, but we're going to make it into a client component, which would be really, really interesting, guys. So here, as you can see, this is so beautiful. It works awesomely without any issues. Now we need to add how many comments we have here. So where is this? In the main page or the detail page, we have the comment form and comment listing page. Yeah, here. So in the comment listing page, inside the comments here, we're gonna pass some dynamic data. So here in the dynamic data, I'm gonna use comments.length. How many comments we have that we got from our database. Okay, so as you can see, we have 3 comments. That looks beautiful. There is no issues whatsoever. So now we need to make sure. So if I just go there, there is no comment left. As you can see, there is no comment left. And when you come here, we have all those comments. So beautiful. It is working really nice. So one more thing, if you want to add some pagination in the near future, if you want to fetch something or by order by any of the thing, as you can see, this 3rd comment is on the last, but I want this on the top in descending order on the created edge. So how can you do this? So after the where, you can add order by. As you can see, it's suggesting order by how, order by text ascending or order by created at. So by default, I think I have the created it on the Prisma. Okay, in the model, so we don't have this created at or updated at. I should have had this inside that. I totally forgot about it. So now I have added 2 fields, which is created it, updated it. Now we need to just work with our Prisma a little bit. So now we need to write Prisma generate. And let me add one more thing, npx Prisma DB push, to push all this new latest information or latest property that I have added into our database as a migration. Okay, so npx Prisma DB push, it's already added, but these datas don't have this created and updated. So I have to delete all of this stuff first. Comment, and then we have the 2nd comment, and then we have the 3rd comment. Beautiful. It is added without any issues. Now we need to go to our here, and in this place, so order by here, now the order by will work just fine. Here we just work with created at, and I'm going to use, you can use ascending or descending, but I'm going to use descending order. So now, as you can see, the 3rd comment, which is the latest comment on the top. So this is the thing that we want. So this is the latest comment. Beautiful. As you can see, this is the latest comment. Now one more feature which is really important for pagination is how many items do you want to take. Suppose we have 3 comments here. Or 4 comments. We want 2 comments each page. You can do 2 comments. Okay, and if we just save it, you see all the 2 comments you will see. So this is what the limit is. In the MongoDB or in the Mongoose, we used to use limit, but here in the Prisma it is take. Okay, so this works for the pagination. You need that stuff. And on the pagination, you need one more stuff, which is skip. How many information you want to skip. Okay, so if I just go here, skip, so you can skip how many data you want to skip. So if I just write here const skip is equals to, like, you need to pass some more information inside this fetch comments feature, like page, like which page you are currently in, your page number 1. Okay, and you need one more information, which is page size. Page size is how many comments you want to see on each individual page. Like in the first page, if you add a pagination here, like load 5 comment, load 10 comment, in each individual page you want to see 10 content. Okay, you want to see 10 content. So you need to just write page -1, you need to skip page -1 times page size. If you are on like page number 2, if you want like page number 2, and you should skip all the previous content, which is page -1, which is actually 1 times is content, which is if you have 10 content in each page, first these 10 individual instances or these records will not be shown on the second page, so it will just skip everything. But if you are on like third page, if you are on third page, you need to skip previous 2 pages information. Like if you need to just write page minus 1 is actually 3 minus 1, which is actually 2. Okay, times you need to skip all the page content, like 10, like 20 content would be skipped, because it in individual page you have 10 content. So if you are on the page 3, you need to skip 20 content, and in the page 3 you will see 21 up to 30 content. Okay, in the page 3. So in the page 3 you will see 21 up to 30. So this information, these comments you will see on the third page. But on the second page you will see 11 to 20, these comments on the second page. And on the first page you will see 0 up to 10 comments. Okay, so this is the logic here. So this is the thing that you need to skip, and here you're gonna pass all this skip too. So you can do a lot of stuff, and you need to pass all this inside this fetch comments, this thing where you just fetch everything. So if I show you this comment listings, here I have called everything so that I can fetch every comments. Here I need to pass all those things like page and page size. Okay, here you will pass all of this stuff. I will make a comprehensive pagination video, so don't worry about it, but we're gonna pass all those things later. Okay, so these are the things that actually need. So I just comment it out. If you want to build this feature, you can take this stuff. Okay, so by default I want to take 5 comments in each page. That will be just fine, and it should be in descending order. Okay, perfect. And this is a very nice feature. You can just work more on it. And now to show you why the revalidation is so important, let me uncomment it. And this is inside when I add some comment. Okay, so when I add some comment, we need to revalidate it and redirect it. Without this, there is a big issue there. So as you can see, there is 4 comments there. So this is more latest. I have added a very latest comment. As you can see, I can see the latest comment. Just if I just refresh it, then I see the rev. So it's not real time. So Nextjs actually caches everything. When you just deliberately says revalidate the path after you added a new comment, then it will add the latest comment into a UI real time. Otherwise, it will not do it. It will not revalidate the cache. This is actually the revalidation means basically. So this is really, really important. And let me delete this thing because I have added too many comments on it. Delete this stuff, and this one is the latest comment. Let me delete this stuff now. Then refresh this. Okay, now if I just check it, this is the 4th comment at this. Beautiful, it is now real time. So this is the thing that you have to understand and nitpicky why this is working like that. So our fetching is done. Here we are fetching all comments, and here it is done, and here we are adding all the comments. Beautiful. So our 2 features is done. So now I'm going to build how to implement the delete comment feature using the client component. So let's do it and implement this stuff. So we have a button, as you can see, that do all the stuff. This is a reusable, and this is a client side thing. So we're gonna do it using the button click, and this will do some form submission. As you can see, this is a submit type button. So if I go to our detail page here, and in the comment listing, we have all the comments, and we need to have a button in individual card. This is each individual comment item. By default, this is a server component, as you can see. Also in the as you can see in the architecture, this comment list page is server side page. This is a server components. But when we go to the individual client item, now is the part which is the gaming part. This is the magical part. This comment item, when you add a delete button to delete each individual comment, then it becomes a server, then it becomes a client component because it is now interacting with it. You want to delete it, and you need to have a form submission. So this is the div that shows every single information, and now we need to have a form, okay, that does everything. Okay, form, and here we can just pass everything. This is an individual comment item. So if you have a problem, you can just do this stuff. Just add a fragment, and I think this will solve all the problem. We can add a button, and here I'm gonna call it label delete. Okay, and we need color. Color is actually red color button. So we imported our button, and we also need an ID how we can delete this stuff, and we need an action. Okay, in the action we need delete comment handler. Okay, so we need to create it. So previously it was server component, but now as I have added a button that will call some actions onto the server, now you need to call it as a client side component or client component, because we're interacting with it. There is a form component that calls some actions delete, okay, inside this component current comment item. But on the blog item there is no delete feature, so that's why you didn't need to do it, convert it into a client side component, because there is no interaction. But now we have interaction. We need to delete this particular comment. Okay, now you need to make sure you just convert into client side component, otherwise it would be a big problem. Now here I'm gonna write const handle delete. I think this is the name, delete comment handler, and this should be an asynchronous function, and it will take an ID, our comment ID, because we need to delete something, and it also needed some other data, which is blog ID. So we have the blog ID inside a particular comment. If you just check database, as you can see, we have this. So any order, first the comment ID, then the blog ID. Okay, and then we need to just call our function. So by default I just console.log, okay, delete comment handler. So let me check. Okay, as you can see, it is already just complaining. You need to make it client component, otherwise it won't work. So you need to just write it, use client. Okay, let me check. Okay, now as you can see, there is some button, and we need to delete this stuff. So the UI doesn't look that good, so I think I need to just add the form here. I think it will look better. Yeah, now it looks better. And make sure I just add a class, a margin top of 2. Yeah, now it looks better. This is the delete button now. Okay, now we need to call this actions. So when you just add this stuff, I will just click on this, delete this thing. If we just inspect, and as you can see, it is delete comment, this delete comment handler is activated. Now we can do the stuff. Now we need to create our delete feature. Delete comment by ID, and we also need blog ID function, and here we're gonna use delete comment. Okay, and here we're gonna use our own feature and own logic. Definitely we need a blog ID and comment ID and blog ID. So here we're gonna delete await prisma dot comment model. Here we're gonna go to delete, and here we're gonna pass where we want to delete, where the ID is equals to the comment ID that we pass from our UI component to this server actions functions parameter. As you can see, we pass the comment ID, and this ID is nothing but this individual comments ID. Okay, we need to match. I want to delete it, and then you can just write then, do whatever you like, then you can do all this stuff, and just need to delete it. So okay, so this feature is almost completed, and then we need to go inside our comment listing and the comment item where we need to, as you can see in the comment item where we get the comment ID, and here we need to call this feature. Okay, so before that you just need to go await delete comment. This is the thing, and it takes comment ID and blog ID. So how can I get the comment ID? As you can see, it is not working. So how can we get this thing? Here you just need form data, and from using the form data you just need to get the ID, comment ID. How can you get this? So in the comment ID you need to use one more thing, which is input type. Okay, input type hidden. Okay, so this is the thing, input type hidden, and you just name it as normal ID, and value you just pass the comment ID, and this ID is actually this comment ID. So this is the rules, this is the magic here. Using the form you're gonna delete this feature or delete this particular comment. Okay, so now you can get this ID. Okay, so comment ID is equal to form data dot get this ID. You can give it any name. Okay, and then you can pass this thing. If I just check these actions, first is comment ID and then it takes blog ID. Okay, beautiful. So these two things is needed, comment ID and blog ID. Then we get a comment item, one is comment ID, and then we need this blog ID. Okay, and in this delete handle comment functions, I just created this all this parameter to show you what are the information that we need to pass inside this delete comment server actions, so that you can understand. But basically, if you use any form, if you want to get any data from the form, this will take only the form data. Okay, from form data you're gonna get this information. So this is the unique thing. If you want to do delete, just input type hidden, name ID, what you can give any name, and value the ID of the comment which you want to delete. You need to get this information from there, and this ID get form data.get ID. This is how we get the comment ID, and in the blog ID also we also get this from this comment form, the comment data that we passed as a prop. We're gonna get the blog ID. Okay, so we need to pass those two basic, very important information, and if you just go to delete comment, it will just get deleted. So now let's check your applications. Okay, so just refresh everything. Okay, now we need to delete our last comment, which is fourth one. Okay, so let's check it out, what's going on. Network tab, check everything, if it is deleted or not. Just refresh. As you can see, it's deleted. Third comment, as you can see, there's a network request, and this is the blog ID, this is the comment BC, this is the thing that you want to delete. And let's check if you have this thing. Okay, as you can see, the BC, third comment, and now if I refresh this would be deleted. If I just delete the second comment, as you can see, this second comment is ID is this last BB, and under this blog ID it will also be deleted. Nice, beautiful. Now let me add second comment, but every single time, as you can see, if I just delete it, it will not show real time. What's the problem with it? Again, you just need that revalidation. Okay, revalidate path, and here we need to just give path here, and this path would be this path. Okay, slash blog ID. You need to pass this thing, and that's why it is so important. So how can I get this information, this blog ID? We didn't need that here, but we need it here to revalidate the path. So it is always good to have your all the necessary information as a parameter, like blog ID, comment ID, in the delete comment server actions function. Okay, now if I just delete it, as you can see, there is no comment left. There is no comment left. As you can see, it's 0. Now if I add one more comment, nice blog man, let's check it out. Now it is working just perfectly, whatever we desired. Okay, so desired feature done. Now it's really awesome. So it is just making your application real time, nothing else. Just revalidating the cache and updating it after you do the deleting, updating, or adding some information to database, when you're altering something, the revalidation of the path, revalidation of cache is absolutely necessary to show it inside your application real time, that what happened. Otherwise you have to refresh it, you have to clean the cache again and again. Okay, so this is not convenient, so before that you need to make sure you add the revalidate the path. Okay, so this is really important, guys. This is the most basic thing that you need to understand. And now, as you can see, it is working without any issues, and the delete feature is really awesome. It worked just fine. So if I want to, so as you can see, now it deletes immediately, but we don't want that. We want to click this and it will show some messages or anything, any pop-up. So how can you do that? Let's start and let's see what we can do. So here I think in the delete a comment handler, which actually does the functionality to delete the comment, here we can do something. So const is delete. Okay, and we need to just get it using the confirm. As you can see, do you really want to delete this comment? It will just make sure you have a pop-up in your browser. Do you want to really delete this comment? Okay, or you can put dynamic content here. If I just copy this thing and template return, delete this comment with ID, this ID, and you to put $, and if you say if is delete, then you just call this function await delete comment. So let's check it out. As you can see, it says you want to really delete this comment ID. If you say okay, as you can see, it's deleted. So we have a nice pop-up feature that makes sure that if it doesn't delete it automatically, so we have a nice awesome pop-up feature that makes sure that we didn't add, so that makes sure that we don't delete any particular comment instantly. Rather, it asks, do you really want to delete this comment? And if it's yes, then just perform the action. Okay, otherwise not. So this is really just checking. Add a check before deleting a comment. Okay, and this is how you're gonna get the get ID from form data. Okay, we're gonna get the data from the form data, as you can see, and based on that we just perform the submit action, delete comment handler on our actions, and that actually performs the server action feature. Beautiful. So this is the absolute best clean code possible for this. I think if you want to make this form a more just reusable, you can do this stuff, but it is up to you what you have built and what we want to build. So as you can see in the Nextjs, how easy it is to implement the comment system, and in the previously we used to use article query where it was so difficult to do and we need to do a lot of manual caching update, but that is the thing that is not needed here in Nextjs 14. It's so butter smooth, so easy, and just you to understand the server side component, which is a client side component. When you just watch this video and understand the architecture of the Nextjs, is butter smooth, is so easy. And just when you make any complicated application or any mid-level application, I always suggest you to structure application like this way, whatever I have done here, and structure application so that you can understand the data flow from parent to child component. If you want to pass any props, you can just design it before, because then you have a clear idea of what you want to build in this particular project. Okay, so that's why the project-based learning is super useful. So I highly suggest you to like, share and subscribe as much as possible to understand the whole concept of it and build your own particular dream project in the near future. So till then, take care, bye bye, see you in the next video.